Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. I know you're probably wondering, this guy's talking about Marvel Legends. Don't you usually talk about SH figure arts and third-party stuff? Usually, yes. Every now and again, I like to give my thoughts and opinions on some, Hasbro products, more so Marvel Legends. And in this case, we've got San Diego Comic-Con that just happened throughout the weekend. And honestly, this batch of stuff that they showed off or have going up for pre-order soon, a lot of it is just really interesting and amazing. Honestly, I don't know how else to describe some of this stuff, but it has me engaged for sure. And I usually am not too engaged with Marvel Legends stuff, and will only usually stick to the Spider-Man stuff or characters that probably won't be made anywhere else, like civilian characters and stuff like that. But Marvel Legends really has hit it with some of these figures, and I'm not just talking about the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff, even though that is definitely far above than some of their usual stuff. But let's take a look at all of the reveals. So this page, we're just going to go through all of the promo shots initially, and then we're going to go to this next couple of tabs over here to actually look at some prototypes. I'm going to try to keep this video short, not talk too much, because it can get a little long, maybe like the 30-minute to 20-minute range. I said that backwards, but you know what I mean. And very quickly, this is just kind of the overview of what we'll see, but here we go. So we got Lockjaw and Crystal. Lockjaw, honestly, as a figure, this right here looks great. I'm not sure if they've done him before via like build a figure. The only other Lockjaw figure I'm aware of is the Mezco one that came with Black Bolt, and that one was pretty big. I don't even know if it was posable, but it was pretty big. This one seems like it'll be a pretty decent size, not too big. But yeah, Crystal also as a figure looks pretty good. I love vibrant colors on figures. That is one thing that I will never complain about, is vibrancy. Now I'm not sure, why do the legs look like that? Is that just part of her design or what? I'm not sure. Anywho, yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. Though she could have been on that newer body that they've been using, that has a cut right here for articulation at the abdomen. Don't know why they aren't using that more. I feel like that should be a new standard personally. Like for any female figure going forward, they should all be using that body. And I know that they have things planned out way in advance, so maybe that it just didn't happen like that. But I do feel like any figure at this point that we're getting should be using a new body. And I get that it can be easier to reuse some other ones, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Yeah, I believe like Crystal also has elemental powers, if I remember correctly. So yeah, fire, water, earth, I guess. Maybe this also could be the start of more Inhuman characters getting figures, because I feel like a lot of them, just in general, are kind of ignored. But yeah, anyways, moving on. We got Quicksilver, a retro card figure. Looks pretty decent. Maybe could have had a toe hinge, but for the most part, looks like he can get into a running pose, kinda. But yeah, it's pretty good. Nothing really bad or crazy good to say, but he's your average fig. Looks nice with the colors. We got a 2-pack here with Wong, and I may butcher this, but I think this is like a Dormammu Strange type of deal. It doesn't really look like a good Strange. His eyes look like they're like he's under control or something. I don't know. But yeah, you let me know in the comments. I haven't read too many Doctor Strange comics, so I'm not the most knowledgeable one out there. But because he does come with this Dormammu head, essentially, I'm just gonna assume this is kind of an evil Doctor Strange, kind of. But Wong looks great. This is that's some good flexibility right there. Yeah, I think they've really been doing a lot better with these. I don't know, like even the Iron Fist that just came out, phenomenal. Like I've seen people posing him, and he just looked like a top tier Marvel Legend figure. Yeah. Besides that, though, he does come with this Ghost Wiener Dog. Not sure where that is a reference to in the comic books, but probably something from the comic books. Yeah, that's about all I can say about that. Punisher, and I don't know this guy's name, not a Punisher reader, but I do think I've seen this character probably appear somewhere before. I know Punisher, they've given him a pretty decent amount of guns, which I think is amazing because figures not getting the amount of accessories that they deserve is truthfully one of the most mind-numbing things that I like see too often. You know, it was happening with Spider-Man figures a lot. Like, why are you only giving him two sets of hands or one set of hands and not, you know, both whipping hands or stuff like that? It was just really weird. I don't know why they did that, but it looks like they're really treating him right, for Punisher at least, with all the guns, the grenade and explosion. So happy to see that. Bushwhacker, I've never heard of that character before because I don't read Punisher comics, but looks pretty decent. I'm not sure if any accessories are in there for him. Maybe that you could use those little blast effects, but still looked pretty good as a 2-pack for sure. Yeah, Punisher. I can't complain about getting more Punisher. So yeah, moving forward. Oh, well, he could use the guns at least. That's good. He does have this replacement arm piece, so that's good to know. Um, Also, just checking. No, he still has the scar on his face. I just wanted to see. But that's pretty dope. Maybe they could have made more guns for him if he has the ability to do that. But yeah, maybe they can expand upon it later. No, you never know. This right here, this Sentinel 2-pack is it's a need. Um, as any in general, actually, anybody collecting X-Men figures and doesn't have a Sentinel in their collection, this is 100%. You need at least one pack of these so you can have some to use for your photos or just your display. I love when, figures, again, they have more vibrancy. If they could have made these look more like realistic colors with the darker, more metallic, purple and pink, but you know, I like the common key vibe here. And this is a Pulse exclusive, so you're gonna have to go on Hasbro Pulse. If you can't go on Hasbro Pulse, I'm not really sure where else you'd really buy it from. But yeah, hopefully these don't sell out too fast. Actually, they already sold out probably by now. I have to check. If not, I mean, there's always a chance they pop back up later. We'll see. Venom Pool, not anything too crazy for me, but I know it was a deluxe figure. I don't know of anything else about it other than that. Maybe the accessory changed where he can actually slot his swords in there. I don't know. This is, yeah. I don't think there's anything different about him with his body and articulation. Target exclusive. Oof, pain. Deadpool, Wolverine, gonna skip over those. We've kind of already seen them and talked about them various different ways. We'll probably touch back when we see the actual physical prototypes in the next couple of tabs. Colossus, though, that is one that I've been waiting for years. I don't know why it took so long for them to make this version of Colossus when they did make a Negasonic Teenage Warhead figure. In a 2-pack for one thing. The 2-pack should have been her and Colossus. I don't know what happened there. Maybe there were some internal issues, licensing issues. I don't know, or maybe it's just unknown and they just no popularity contest. I don't know. What Hasbro and their decisions and what they choose to do sometimes is very odd. They choose like some of the most obscure things to do over something people have been asking for a long time. So who knows at that point. But yeah, looks good so far. Accessories, I mean, they're not going to be the most, most expanded on thing. I mean, he doesn't do too much in that movie except fight. And I think he's worn the same costume for the last 3 films now. So yeah, nothing too different there. And I guess he could fit into any version of your Deadpool display. Outriders, these look great. Yeah, I don't know why it took so long for us to get some Outriders. I would hope that they also consider maybe making some Shatari figures. But the one thing I can say about them not doing things like these right away when the movies come out and them waiting a little bit is that it does get the benefit of engineering, new innovation with that stuff. So, they look a lot better than they probably would have, say, 5-6 years ago, if we're just being totally honest. Which is good and bad at the same time. I don't know how else to describe that. But yeah, let's move on. This is on Amazon. Oof. Hopefully that doesn't sell out too bad. I don't know. The stuff that they do for different, you know, exclusivity options sometimes is a little annoying, but what are you going to do? These two teases that you're going to see next, I think this is supposed to be Spider-Boy from what I've seen across Twitter and Instagram so far. Spider-Boy has been getting pushed a lot more for some reason. I don't know what it is that Dan Slott wanted to bring him back for, but I think he was more of an obscure character, I feel like, prior to this. At least that's what I feel like, because I didn't really see him in too many things at that point prior. But he is in a lot of the more recent comics, so I guess it makes sense that they're pushing him now. And also, we got Spider-Man Unlimited. I don't know if they're going to go the Across the Spider-Verse route or if this is going to be purely Spider-Man Unlimited branding. Because if it's Spider-Man Unlimited branding, maybe they could do stuff like Carnage and Venom from that TV series. If not, and they just do this one character, I'm perfectly okay with that. Because one, it's been a long time since you've seen anything for this guy specifically. So happy to have whatever we can get. And this guy, I think it's called Dragon Man or something like that. Fantastic Four related stuff, as far as I understand. The in-person view of this guy looks insane. The colors that they're going with for this, promo shot look great. Hopefully that translate well, when we see a physical prototype again that's colored. But yeah, this looks just bonkers to me. And when you see the actual physical prototype, you'll be in love with it, with how much detail it has across the mold, everything. But yeah, and it's pretty tall. It's pretty tall too. I'm not sure how much taller that is than, like, say, the new Carnage that came out, or even Venom. Could be taller. We'll see. And yeah, so far that is all of those reveals. Looks like there was also another Wolverine, alt-colored Wolverine that was shown. I want to say this is the same design we've already seen, maybe just different colors. I could be wrong on that. I'm not the biggest Wolverine guy out there, but yeah, looks pretty good so far. Can't really say too much about it. But yeah, let's get into looking at some of these prototype images really quick, and then we will close off. All right, so we're gonna try to make this part as quick as possible without trying to drag it on too long, because I don't want to waste your guys' time. But let's quickly go through these pictures and try to give our small little thoughts about them. So here we've got the Venom pool. Again, I don't think anything's different about that. It looks more or less the same. We've got the Punisher, and I forgot his name already, but they're looking pretty good. Nothing crazy going on there. I just am really glad that Punisher is getting guns. Not really sure if it's just a gun ban lift for merchandise like this, because I've seen several other companies at this point start putting guns in their figures again, in reissues more so, for like Amazing Yamaguchi and Revoltech, for example. We've got Crystal and Lockjaw here. I like that Lockjaw is not super massively big, but he does look pretty good here so far. We got Dormammu, Doctor Strange, I guess, and Wong. I really hope that Wong can hold this type of pose without the glue on there, but we shall see. That is like one of the only things I find annoying sometimes, is that these figures sometimes have a hard time standing up, because the legs can constantly keep trying to shape back into the place they were from the box. But yeah, that's just me. And okay, it looks like people are playing with the Outriders there, trying to pose them up. And I'm going to skip this Venom pool. I've got Colossus, looks great. Yeah, not too much else to say. I'm just glad that it's coming. Can't really complain at this point. I'm waiting to see their pictures of them outside in the box. There we go, another picture of that guy. Another close-up of them. And they're in the box. I don't know why. Being played with, maybe. More pictures of them in box. Come on. All right. We get it. We've seen the close-ups. I'm just going to skip out because we're trying to scroll through. We're trying to keep this super duper short. All right. So we've got the Dragon Man dude here. And again, these details just look incredible. Like a promo shot, I don't think does this justice like that. You have to see this in person or in this level of quality of a photo to really get these details and appreciate them, because it looks incredible. Hopefully this guy is not going to be too hard to acquire for those that want him, but yeah, I can't wait to see a colored prototype. Hopefully they have, another stream showcasing it again at some point. Hopefully not too far down the road. I think that those Hasbro pull streams are like every few months, maybe every 3 months or something like that. I know that they do various different ones for different franchises at least. Let's see. Okay, close-ups of the Outriders. From what I can see, they do look like they have a cut on their, right here. So they probably can turn their head separately without having to use the entire upper torso, which I'm glad about, because at first I thought this was kind of all one whole thing, and I would have been a little annoyed. But, again, they're pretty cool. And here's a couple other shots of them. And I'm going to back out here, and we're going to look for the other photos. I don't know why Thor doesn't need to be there, bro. Captain America's got it. Here's him standing next to Reed Richards. Not too bad, not too bad. I think that tail is a static piece, though. I don't think it poses, which, is fine. Nothing uncommon when it comes to Marvel Legends. And here's our view in person, I should say, of Wolverine and Deadpool. And again, nothing but good things to say about this figure. The sculpt, the design, all of the details, they look great. I know that the mask looks a little bit different than the actual unmasked head sculpt with the beard. Honestly, I think you'd probably, it shouldn't have to, but you'd have to touch it up yourself probably to really make it look the same, because I don't know why it's like that, but it just is. Maybe they could have done a little bit better to make this flushed out a little bit, or just darker so it actually looks like he still has it there, but it is what it is. Deadpool, he looks great as well. Definitely one to pick up if you aren't interested in any of the import figure options, like Tamashii Nations with their SH Figure Arts, or I think ZD Toys with their versions, or if you are not interested in getting any 1/6 scale stuff, which the Hot Toys I think already have a Deadpool out from the movie, which is interesting. But yeah, and then we have the casually clothed Wolverine from the trailer, the one that failed his Earth. I would have liked if they added in the claws semi popped out, just for comedic effect, but this is as it is as a package is great. This head sculpt though is not too different. That bottom lip is a little bit more pinkish though. I don't know. Nothing too different, more than it's just being picky about it. But yeah, let's see. Anything else here before we close off? Kang. This one here was there also a new reveal. I don't know why it wasn't on the other page, but we got a nice Kang with the chair figure, and I'm pretty sure Kang comes in the package, but the chair that he has, his time chair from the comic books, looks good. He's also got his guns. He comes with comes with an effect and 3 different faceplates, as well as, I guess, 1 alternate hand. Does he only have? I guess he only has 3 hands. I don't know. Overall, this one looks pretty good. I'm definitely interested in getting this one, more so because I feel like I'm not sure what's going on with Marvel, at least the MCU with Kang, and I feel like it's already scarce to really see Kang figures at this point. And with seemingly Marvel pushing Kang out of the way and saying, okay, well, he's not really a focus anymore, how big is that popularity gap going to be? You know what I mean? For whatever else they're going to be doing now. Because I do feel like the movies have an impact on merchandise overall, when they want to push something especially. And Kang definitely, I think, had an opportunity here where we could have seen a lot more different variants of him, intertwined with maybe more Fantastic Four stuff, Young Avengers stuff. So definitely there's a lot more that I would have liked to see, but I guess we'll have to wait it out and see if they have plans for it. But so far, you know, I'm happy to have this. This right here is beautiful. Um, this face, man. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the Legends figures I think they've shown off that are new. Um, they are up on various different sites for pre-order soon. As you saw, all the dates are there. Some of the stuff is already available. If you choose to, you can use my own links that I'll put down below for Entertainment Earth. That does help support the channel a little bit. So if you do use it, I appreciate you big time. But yeah, Marvel Legends, they are, I don't want to say on top, but they definitely are making some incredible things, and I hope to continue to see this level of quality, you know, going forward, because they definitely have a lot of great figures that they have put out this year and prior. I would just like to see a little bit more consistency using newer bodies. I'm looking at the female figures because I want them to use that new mold that has the diaphragm joint there and the ab crunch. They perform so much better. Like, I would buy more figures of like various different Spider Women if they had like already been using that. You know what I mean? Like a new Jessica Drew Spider Woman, a new Anya Corazon Spider Woman, just a whole bunch of other characters using that would be amazing. But they're taking it slow, and I would like to see them speed it up. So that'd be my biggest complaint right now. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What was your guys' favorite batch of Legends, not pre-orders, favorite batch of Legends reveals so far? Top three, if you will. But anyways, I will catch you in the next video, which probably is going to be covering more news from either Wonderfest or San Diego Comic Con. So anyways, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.